I'm gonna have to really start being careful now because the chances of us being killed are going to increase significantly once we get down on this planet, because we're going to have Xerax to deal with and crazy wildlife. You know, the only thing that was really dangerous to us on the dead planet was just the cold and the radiation in the very early game, but once we had that taken care of, you know, there really wasn't anything that could kill me. That's no longer going to be the case, and this is still a Dead is Dead playthrough, so things should be interesting. Welcome back, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 11.1. This is Project Eden, and it is also the Dead is Dead series. And you can see I am still alive. We are now level 10. We hit level 10. And so, it is time for us to get the hell off this dead planet. Alright, so let's get started by going to small vessel and making ourselves a short-range warp drive. We never found one, so we're gonna have to make one, but that's okay. Whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes. We already know the pentaxid tank. The other thing I wanted to spend some points on, we have to wait till level 12 before we can get the next extender, is in hover vessels. We wanted to make ourselves or rather, learn drill modules. Okay, cool. We got that done now, too. I'm going to probably sit on the rest of the points, except for I do want a rocket launcher as well. And a pulse rifle. Okay. I think there's 52 points left. Alright. Cool. So we should have everything we need. I'm assuming we have everything we need anyways to make that a warp drive. Ah, yes we do. Okay, so let's cancel all of this. And we'll queue up the warp drive. And we also need a pentaxid tank. I'm pretty damn sure we don't have one of those. No. Can this guy make the drills for the hover vessel? No. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So everything's going to have to be made in here. So we'll queue up a pentaxid tank. And then... Oh, no, wait. Yeah, that's a SV, HV. Okay, so that's for both. And then let's go here, and we want to make, I think we want to make 5 drills. Excellent. Okay, so that's queued up. Now, I'm not going to, oh shit, heavy acid rain? No, thank you. We'll have to wait for that to clear up. I'm not going to put the warp drive on permanently, and we're just going to basically plop it down on the top of the vessel and use it just to get out of here, but it won't be like a permanent fixture of this particular SV. At least that's not my plan at this point, unless because we know we're going to have to make it larger if that's the case. So I guess whilst we're waiting, we need to start thinking about what we're going to take with us. We're going to want to take a bunch of food. So let's get the refrigerator in the Stingray stocked up. Food for days, man. Food for days. This has 161 volume. Let's take some sprouts with us. And let's take this medical stuff. And a thing of water. That's pretty heavy, isn't it? Okay. We'll take a stack of cheese and the roasted veggies. Spiky mushroom. Not even sure exactly what that is. Let's take those 2 things. And that. Okay. And that too. Alright, we'll leave the rest of this here. This is still in the process of making you know, more food. I don't know, you know, I don't know if we'll, in fact, I'm sure we probably will have to come back here to get more stuff. So we really just need to take what we need to, you know, get a base started. So that should also include a portable constructor. I want to take a medical device with me too. Portable constructor. I want to take this deconstructor, but we probably will not be able to take it with us on the first run. We're most likely going to have to make multiple trips to get all of our stuff over there. But we can probably take almost all of the component items with us, because those are pretty light. So I'm just, you know, trying to see what is really essential here. Let's grab some more O2. We're gonna want some of those bullets. What I'm thinking I'd like to do is I'd like to actually find a swamp planet and do a base there. Just because I want something, you know, with like really thick vegetation this time. In the last season, if you didn't watch it, you know, we based on a paradise planet, and it's actually a very nice place. But one of the sort of kind of downsides to the paradise planet was that it didn't have any Xerax on the planet. So we didn't have to deal with base attacks, and, you know, which was nice, but then on the other hand, we didn't have the Xerax for us to attack on the planet either. So, you know, that means less XP, less stuff to loot, that sort of thing. So it was kind of a catch-22, really. Alright, so before we really start loading up the small vessel, though, I need to, you know, we need to see how heavy it's going to be with the warp drive, the warp tank, and the what am I trying to say? The miner attached to it, or the mining vessel rather, the hover vessel, because I want to take all of that on the first run. So let's get the warp tank attached first, and we will. Where is the pentaxid tank? There it is. Oh, it's all the way up here. No wonder I couldn't find the damn thing. So let's get that stuff attached first, and then we'll dock the hover vessel, and then we'll kind of just see where we're at, you know, with weight after that. So is this storm done? Yeah, looks like it. So again, where we're going to put this is not super essential at this point because it's just temporary. Let's see though if we can stick it. That thing's pretty big, isn't it? Probably just right there, I guess. Unless we want to put it on top of the fence here. Yeah, I guess that works. Good a place as any, right? And then we can stick this guy right underneath him. And what if we do like that? Just like that. Okay. Looks a little silly, but you know what? It works, right? It works. Okay. What's the hit points on that thing, by the way? Oh, it's 250, and that's 100. So yeah, we don't want those things getting hit. But you know, we're not gonna be fighting any enemies or getting ourselves into that kind of trouble while we're warping to a new system. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now we also need to do the warp fuel, and that's going to be heavy. So let's go to the let's see, what am I looking for here? Let's go back to us. Use Stingray. No, we want to do opportunity output, okay, and then here we want to do the pentaxid tank. So we can only put 2 stacks in the tank itself. But I think we're going to probably want to take a little bit more with this too, but that stuff is really heavy, so let's get this docked. Just getting it lined up here. That looks pretty lined up. Okay. We'll leave him there for the moment. So we want to make sure that the 5 drills are done. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say we probably can't carry those. Let's just go back to the Stingray and put those in there. All right. Now I want to make 2 more full stacks of pentaxid fuels. So we want to go here and here. And I think we need just a little bit more too, because we didn't quite have a full stack in there. Okay, so we're waiting on that. Let's see what else we want to do. We're gonna need the Stingray's got 234 thingamadoodles of fuel. It's got a full stack of O2. All the food's in the refrigerator. So let's add a little bit more fuel to it, and that should be good, I think, for the fuel. I'm gonna add another portable constructor. I don't think we're gonna need a heater where we're going. I mean, I already have one. We're not gonna need another heater is what I meant to say. So we should be good on that point. Put those 2 things in there. And then, like I said, we're gonna fill up the rest of. Can I make? Yes, I can make this M1 here. Okay, here, let's stop that. I want to make a stack of this because I also want to make a pulse rifle and a rocket launcher. And we'll have you do that since the other guy's making the stuff. And then we're going to need some rockets too. So that'll give us 50 rockets. Okay. All right, guys. So yeah, I guess what I want to do is I want to wait until we have a full pentaxid tank and 2 more stacks of pentaxid. Then what we'll do is we'll dock the hover vessel and we'll just see how heavy she is. And then after that, I want to kind of just load her up on components. Because, well, we can't make a large constructor out of one of these, can we? We can make a small. All right, how heavy is the small constructor? I do have a couple of extras of those. Oh, they're only 1 ton. Oh, okay. That's nothing at all. All right, let's that's 40 tons. Let's bring both of those then, rather than try and bring a small constructor, because the small constructor is going to be pretty heavy, I would think. Does it tell us how heavy it is in here? Base. Small or large constructor. Yeah, that thing's 40 tons as well. So, I mean, if we took anything that would be 40 tons, I'd want to actually take the deconstructor. The advanced constructor is 60 tons. Oh, we want to learn that too, by the way. Yeah, I think we're further ahead just to take the 2 smalls with us, and then a bunch of components, and we'll just make a new one on the other side. I think that makes the better sense to do that. All right, so I guess we're just waiting on the pentaxid. So guys, what I think I'll do is I'll just cut the video here, and I'll bring you back when all of that stuff is ready to go, and then we will get the hell off this planet and go look for a new home. We do have, if we take a look here in the sector map, the only planets that we have in range that we can currently see, we're gonna have to go to them to see another one, is this Thenid, and that is the Snow Dwarf starter, which is, by the way, where the quest wants us to go, but I'm not going to work on the quest yet, and I don't want to go to a Snow Dwarf and make our base there. We also have this Batinxos. That is a weird name. That's an arid starter. I don't really want to do an air planet because we did that in our vanilla series. And then this Arzamot is, I guess, a temperate. Yeah, it's the beginning temperate planet. Not particularly interested in a temperate planet either. What I want to do, like it says, I want to find a jungle planet. You know, so we have some deep forest and just lots of vegetation like that. Because I don't know, that's kind of what I'm feeling this time. So we'll just warp to, you know, these other planets, and they'll open up additional pathways that we can go, and then we'll figure it out from there. But that's partly too why I want to have more Pentaxa than just what one tank will fit. Because we can go 94 astronomical units, so basically we'll be able to go 192 with... Oh wait, no, I don't have that completely full though, do I? Yeah, I need 6 more to completely fill that up. So that's probably, it's either 95 or 100. Well, we'll figure it out. Anyway, I'll bring you back when we're ready to go, okay? So I'll be back in a bit. Alright guys, we are back, and we're going to try and take off again. Again? What do you mean by that, old guy? Well, I managed to actually dock the HV and get it up into space. It took me a long time, but I couldn't get my top speed up high enough to warp. It wouldn't let me warp in space, which is kind of bullshit, because once you get in space, you should be able to... There shouldn't even be a top speed, really, but, you know, the heavier you are, the longer it should take to accelerate, but eventually you should be able to get up to speed, but the game doesn't work that way. So I went ahead and dropped off the mining vessel. We're just going to have to bring that another day, I guess, and let's see if we can get there this time. See, it still says our max speed is only 28, so I'm starting to think that that could be because of our CPU, because we're at 86% now, you know, with the warp engine and the tank that we put on. So if that's the case, yeah, we might have to warp with like almost nothing to get out of here. Now that's something I was planning on doing, but that's what it takes, I guess. The other problem that we're going to run into too. Okay, so we can go 37 meters per second in space. I wonder if that's going to be enough. I guess we're going to find out here in a second, aren't we? All right. So we can the only place we can go to is the ice planet Thenid, because these are too far away. We can only jump 15 AU, which kind of sucks too, because I didn't really want to go to an ice planet, but ice planet's better than a dead planet, obviously. And maybe once we get there, it'll open up something else that's also within 15 AU. So, all right, let's see if this works this time. If it doesn't, then we're gonna have to come up with a plan B here. We're gonna have to clear the planet too. So let's go ahead and. Boy, I don't know if 37 is going to be enough. I guess we're going to find out here in a second, aren't we? Let's just kind of get a little bit past the edge of the atmosphere here, and then we'll see if we can make this work. If we can't, then like I said, yeah, we're going to have to go home, and we're going to have to unload this thing and get it as light as possible. If that doesn't work, the more I think about it too, it might not even be the weight as much as it is just the CPU. What we could do in that case is we could take the weapons off temporarily. You know, just a warp, and then reattach them on the other end, kind of thing. All right. Well, let's see if this is going to work. Nope. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. All right, well, I'll tell you what. Let's, before we go back down to the planet, let's put our inertial dampeners on. And what I'm going to do is make sure we're full stop here. Let's actually take the weapons off. Because I'm starting to think our problem might not be the weight, but it's the CPU. Because, I mean, we only have 31 tons in here, and, you know, we're supposed to be able to handle... What is it? We're supposed to be able to handle... Well, I guess in space it's infinity, yeah. So, yeah, this has got to be a CPU issue. So, that being the case, darn it, we could have probably done this with the hover vessel too then. But I'm not going to go back now. So let's pull the weapons off. We might lose the ammo in them too, which is going to suck, but whatever. I forgot to turn that on. Okay, now what's our CPU? Okay, now we're at 99.3%. That might be enough. That might be enough. Let's try it. That gets us up to 44.2 meters per second. Still not enough. Are you shitting me? Really? Oh, man. Okay. Well, let's take the rocket launchers off next. Okay, now what's our CPU at? Alright, now we're at 100%. So now it might actually be a weight issue. Because see, we can still only go 44.6 meters. Okay, what if we do this? What if we put this stuff on our toolbar? Because then the weight doesn't count. Anything that's like serious heavy. Those are heavy. Those are heavy. This is heavy. Now we can go 56 meters per second. Is that going to be enough? It is. Whew. Okay. Damn. Starting to get a little worried there. Okay. Awesome. Our first warp. Okay, so that brings us to the ice planet, the ice starter planet. And I think that mark there is where the quest wants us to go. Before we actually go down there, though, let's take a look at the sector map. See if there's anything else within range. Okay, this is a snow planet. This is a jungle planet. And it's at 14.7 astronomical units. Beautiful! That's where we want to go. What's this one? That's an arid Vardum. That's where we came from. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so it looks like Tainori is going to be our new home. A jungle rolled with thick forest teeming with life. The thick vegetation impedes scans, making your handheld or ship-mounted detectors all but useless in the jungle. You'll have to rely on visual or close-range HUD identification for all but the largest structures. What treasures can be found hidden in the jungle? All right. And it does have a breathable atmosphere. Very good. Okay, temperatures definitely within... Well, 131 degrees. That does get a little toasty. But we won't need to wear the EVA on the planet because 28 degrees is the coldest that it gets. Gravity is 1.1, so it's going to be kind of heavy there. I mean, not impossibly heavy, but heavy. So yeah, I'm not going to land on the ice planet right now. I mean, we'll come back here, do that quest and all that later. But right now, I just want to get to our new home and start looking for a place on our new home to live. So let's lock the target. I'm very pleased that we found a jungle planet within range. Let's get this sucker turned around here. So it's only going to cost us about 30 things of fuel for, you know, to jump one way from the dead planet. So we'll have to, you know, we'll have to be ferrying stuff back and forth. How is it that we all of a sudden can't fly faster now? What the hell, game? You've got to be kidding me. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. What the hell? How is it that we all of a sudden can't go fast enough, whereas we could before? Nothing changed. It's the same space. Oh, this is frustrating. Frick. Now what do we do? Oh, it's because it disconnected us. Okay. I'm like going, what the hell? It wasn't making any sense. Okay. Let's see. What's the heavy stuff again? These are heavy. These are pretty heavy. That fuel's probably pretty heavy. The weapons, we had those on there. The promethium's probably heavy. Oh shoot, I brought the drill modules with me. Darn it, I should have left those with the hover vessel. Okay, that should be good enough. There we go. I was like going, what in the world just happened? Wasn't making any sense. Alright, here we go. Woot woot! Jungle planet, guys. Jungle planet. Alright. Just a bit of a change. It's a big planet too, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but... Wow, we got like a big old asteroid field over there. How many moons do we have? 2 moons. And a couple of Polaris places that we could probably visit for trading at some point. Alright, cool. Let's do this. I would like to be, you know, somewhat near water. It looks like we have some mountains up in this area and some lakes near those mountains. We got some larger bodies of water down through this way. Looks like there could be like a mountain valley right in through there. That might be a possible base location for us. However, I don't really want to do a mountain base. I kind of wanted to do a forest type base. So let's aim for that spot right there, because we got a couple of bodies of water. We do have some mountains nearby, but that looks like it's a fairly flat area. And there's a small body of water right there in what could be potentially a forest, a jungle forest. So that'd be great. I just want to be right in the thick of the jungle. We're going to do the indoor thing this time. We're going to be Tarzan. Now here's something else too, and I was thinking about this, guys, earlier, off camera. I'm gonna have to really start being careful now, because the chances of us being killed are going to increase significantly once we get down on this planet, because we're going to have Xerax to deal with and crazy wildlife. You know, the only thing that was really dangerous to us on the dead planet was just the cold and the radiation in the very early game. But once we had that taken care of, you know, there really wasn't anything that could kill me. That's no longer going to be the case. And this is still a Dead is Dead playthrough, so things should be interesting. We're going to have to be really, really careful. What happened to those bodies? Oh, there they are right there. Okay. Let's level out here. Yeah, that looks like some pretty thick jungle down there. Really cool. I like those canyons over there though too, with the water and stuff. So I wonder, do we want to build next to a large body of water? Like on a shore, and then have the jungle behind us. This looks like it could be like a little plateau or a butte or something with a bunch of trees on it. That could be interesting. Unfortunately, I think the sun's setting, which sucks, because then we're not going to be able to see as well. I'm just trying to get a sense for how large this plateau is. Oh man, I wish the sun wasn't going down right now. Gosh dang it. Shut up, timer. Yeah, there's definitely some thick vegetation in through here, isn't there? Alright, well, let's cut the thrusters. I can't see a damn thing. Well, we wanted thick vegetation, didn't we? I think we got it. My word. Okay. So it's not very level up here. But, you know, I mean, we could fix that. That looks so much like Goldenrod in 7 Days to Die. In fact, I think it's probably the same exact model as Goldenrod. Look at this view. It even has like jungle background music. I wonder if we would be, you know, relatively safe from predators up here. We're gonna have to deal with Xerax, of course, but whoa. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I think we'll do, you guys. Let's take the next episode and let's just look around a little bit before we make a decision. I do kind of like this little bluff here. It has its appeal. Just kind of trying to get a sense for what it's like on the backside here. I'm liking this, though. Okay. Well, yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and plan on spending the next episode. We're just going to fly around and, you know, check this place out. We'll keep this little plateau or bluff or butte or whatever you want to call it in mind as one possible space for us. We'd have to clear a lot of these trees out. I'd kind of like to do a base, you know, in the trees. That's going to be kind of tough to do, though. If, you know, for one thing, you know, when the drones do start attacking, if their shots hit the trees, they could blow the trees out. But like I said, we should look around, you know, some before we just, you know, take the first place that comes along. Like there's a big old butte off that way too that could be interesting. It's really hard to see from here though, with all the haze and stuff. And we should probably put our guns back on the ship too. And we could take the warp drive. Oh, nice parking job. We could take the warp drive off for now. We don't need to keep that on. Yeah, so I think I'll do that. All right, guys. Well, yeah, thanks for watching. When we come back in the next episode, we're going to do some exploration and see if we can find a permanent place to live on this jungle planet. This should be interesting. This is pretty much kind of what I envisioned, though. I never visited a jungle planet, or if I did, I don't think we really got on the ground too much. I can't remember if I did in the last season. So looking forward to this. This ought to be fun. And we might spend a lot of time here too. Eventually we want to get off and do some exploring. And remember, when I started this next season, I'd started it with the caveat that, you know, once we did get to our permanent home and start a base going, that I was going to spawn in my ships that I had worked to bring in the normal way in the first season. I just didn't want to take the time to do it again. So I already did, you know, let you guys know that, and I'm still planning on doing that. But that's not going to happen immediately though, because we do have to kind of find a home, and I want to, you know, at least get a nice little foothold going before we do that. So we'll continue to use the Stingray until that time comes, and make it work. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.